Severance finale. Since this is my first time making a video about Severance, I would like to address Ben Stiller. Thank you. You did what needed to be done on this show. Big fan. Now let's get into it. We've got a lot to discuss. First off, what I really enjoyed, Mr. Milchek. Really enjoyed the dancing, the running, the comedy, especially the back and forth with the Kier animatronic. That was very funny. And I also enjoyed the Black marching band. And yes, it's Black marching band. I know there were a few non-Black people in there, but it was very much a Black marching band. Very much enjoyed it. 5 stars. The acting, fantastic. That's not something that is just special about the finale. Great across the entire series, but the way that the actors were able to differentiate between the characters, and it was so obvious when, you know, Gemma became Miss Casey. It's just a true talent that I needed to address, to point out, to acknowledge, to say, delicious. Loved it. Cinematography was also great. I like the Mark versus Mark scene. They didn't make it seem stale with the back and forth. When Any Mark was watching Outie Mark's video when they first started talking to each other and he was smiling and like, oh my gosh, I thought I would never hear from you. I was like, oh child, this is not gonna be good. Like I already knew, because first of all, we barely see either one of them smile. And I knew that it was going to be a moment where that smile was wiped off of his face immediately. But I enjoyed it. They didn't make it seem stale. It was very good. And the end with the flashing lights and them running and all of that, it was beautiful. So it needs to be acknowledged as well. Now, a couple unsolved mysteries. Besides the obvious of what the heck is gonna happen next, like that was kind of I've got to say, I didn't really like the ending of the finale. I don't feel like I felt fulfilled and that I was really sure of what was coming. I just know something's coming, but I'm definitely locked in. Don't get it confused, Ben. Now, Miss Huang. I feel like we didn't answer anything of who is she? Where did she come from? What was that even about, honestly? And I don't like watching a finale, getting to the very end, and not really having a sure sense of what all that was. So that's some points deducted. And Irving, where was he? I would like to know what's going on with him, what's happening. He was just completely MIA. I was hoping that we were going to see him. And it begins to question, now that we're finding out that Gemma has become 24 different innings. She's had 24 different consciousnesses. She's had 24 different lives, and I would like to know, who are the rest of the refiners refining for? That is the question. And we deserve answers. We deserve them immediately. Now, we'll be here next year, but we need to know the facts. Thank you, Mr. Ben Stiller. I really enjoyed the show, but I need my questions answered immediately.